Omo, the ADC convention just happened and Peter Obi, Atiku, Rotimi Amaechi said something to Tinubu's face that is causing serious drama online. They said he has no shame. In fact, they said ADC will shock him. Now, they asked him one question that nobody in APC can answer. If you're not scared of the opposition, Mr. President, why are you using INEC, the judiciary and security forces to destroy every party that threatens you? Stay with me because this one is deep. Now, this is the most interesting part of this update because while all of that was happening at the ADC convention, President Tinubu was also speaking somewhere, and according to what people are saying online, he was throwing shots directly at Peter Obi and the ADC. And that's not all, because some people even interpreted it as him saying he would send Senate President Godswill Akpabio to scatter the ADC from within. Now, honestly, I am not fully sure what Tinubu meant by that statement, so I want you to listen carefully and tell me in the comments what you think he was saying, because I am also confused. Take a listen.
Senate President, thank you. I will send you to the other side to represent me, and that you can scatter them anywhere you want. They are confused.
Drop your interpretation in the comments. What exactly was Tinubu saying there? Was that a direct threat to ADC or was it something else entirely? Let me know below. Now let's move to the most explosive part of this video. Seun invited Dele Momodu on Chinese television just after the convention, and Seun was speechless because Dele Momodu started revealing details about the APC, Tinubu, Wike, and exactly how ADC plans to defeat them in 2027. Now, Seun even asked him directly, "Sir, why is everyone saying that Tinubu is the problem?" And what Dele Momodu said next, you need to hear for yourself. If this is your first time on this page, subscribe right now. I post fresh updates and trending topics daily, and to always stay updated, hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss any updates.
Tinubu today, despite gathering all the governors, ministers, legislators, and what have you, you can see the obvious panic in the party.
Is it the Tinubu camp that is panicky, or your camp? Because it does look like your camp is the one running helter-skelter to courtrooms and now sweating under non-air conditioned convention venue, and you're not even very sure, because I just read out the court order that is saying that maintain all, so that whatever that you do is not nugatory to what will be the definitive position of the court. It does look, and the president said it, that your camp is very confused, and he has sent Akpabio to go and scatter your camp more.
Oh, no, Akpabio, I can tell you, is still a gentleman. Akpabio may be doing all those, you know the man likes comedy a lot. He's my very good friend and brother, But the main person, the enforcer, is the use of Wike. Akpabio cannot go as low as Wike will go on this matter, because for them, it's a matter of life and death, that they must stay on in power. Personally, as a Democrat, I don't care if they perform, and Nigerians agree that they perform, and Nigerians say, okay, we have voted for them, we will congratulate them. But to now be blocking, when you're not a goalkeeper, almost everybody in APC right now is a goalkeeper. They are blocking venues, they are blocking courtrooms, they are blocking, the legislature, they are blocking INEC. It's insane. And someone should appeal. The one man that has everything to lose is Asiwaju. Not all these people, though. When tomorrow comes, those guys will move on.
Yeah, so it's an allegation coming from your side saying they are blocking this, they are blocking that. In fact, they are making jest of your side to say, you don't even know how to apply properly for a venue. You say you apply for the Eagle Square, in which case there is a company that is in charge of the Eagle Square. And that's why they say your camp is confused.
We saw when APC was doing its own convention, we saw all the military high chiefs, Inspector General of Police, everybody. I don't know who invited them. We all abandoned Sambisa Forest. We abandoned Jos. We abandoned Kebbi. For all the organs to come to one venue. If I were in the shoes of Asiwaju, I am telling you, I will just calm down. Let these people have their own day. You were there today. Were you not embarrassed that we had to all gather in one small venue? But despite that, they are making ADC more popular. That one, I am so excited about it, that our guys couldn't be bothered, that the place was too hot and everything. Look, Asiwaju will leave power one day. But the history is that right now, he has disorganized all opposition parties in Nigeria. That is why, unknown to them, inadvertently, they forced Peter Obi, they forced Kwankwaso, they forced Atiku, they forced, Tambua, they forced Amaechi, they forced all the juggernauts into one party. So whether they like it or not, now Nigerians have an alternative to APC. And I'm very excited about that. Whether it's convenient, it's not convenient, it's the sacrifice we must make for our country.
But the big question will be whether or not the ADC, as it's presently constituted, is going to be the kind of alternative that will give APC and Bola Tinubu a problem or run for their money in 2027.
Let me start from your last question about what will be the difference between ADC and APC. I think that is a very important question that you have raised. And my answer is simple. Let's start by rescuing our country from a one-man rule.
What do you mean?
That is the foundation. Oh, it's one-man rule. Tinubu is a one-man rule. There is no question about it. Just yesterday, I watched the scenario in Ogun State where they chose the next gubernatorial aspirant
for the APC.
For the APC. And it came from an instruction from the president that this is who I have endorsed. In Lagos, we are hearing they've also endorsed one person. That's what I mean by one-man rule. There is no other part of Nigeria.
But they will say that it's a consensus style,
okay.
Which, of course, is endorsed by the electoral law. It's one of the two form of primaries. There is
no, it is not any consensus. Everybody must keep quiet. Wherever dictatorship thrives, everybody keeps quiet. Majority of my friends are in APC. I pity them. Sometimes they just look like slaves. They grumble behind the master, but they dare not speak up. I pray for them. I wish them well because that's what they've chosen for themselves. So I am telling you, Nigeria must be rescued. You see, Tinubu did it in Lagos. It has survived, that system has survived for 27 years. What is causing all these, problems is the fact that he now wants to elevate it to the national level. And of course, Nigeria is too big for the voluptuous and voluble ambition of one man. And that is why people are kicking. And is yet to find a solution to it. And that is why he has to gather people by fire, by force. And so we must rescue Nigeria from one-man rule. I don't even call it one-party dictatorship. It's a one-man rule. They cannot talk. Nobody can talk. If the president says, this is what I want, you can see when last did you see a legislature like the current one, where National Assembly, everything, if the president today says, I want to borrow $1 trillion, they will approve it in less than 5 minutes. That's so ridiculous. So that's why I was telling you that there is a difference. I don't know of anybody in today's ADC that can try it. Is it Atiku Abubakar, who was the vice president? We all saw the role he played in the Obasanjo administration. Today, he does not control any state in Nigeria, not even Adamawa, where he comes from. He does not control the governor. He cannot call the governor and say, go and empty the state. I need money. It dare not. That is what I call, that's what I call democracy. So,
Chief Dele Momodu, let's talk about the problem of your party. Because you are having a headache.
You keep talking about the problem of my party. Why are you not talking about the problems in APC?
No, but you are having a lot of headache about the problem with Bola Tinubu and the APC. But it seems to be there are a lot of headache to go around, enough to go around.
Yeah.
The one in your party, for example, which I'd asked you about the court order that is specifically saying, do not do anything pending the definite decision of the court.
No.
But yet you went ahead. God says
no.
Is that
the court, there is no court that said we should freeze in time.
He said,
you are a lawyer.
Maintain status quo. Our
status quo started from Yaradua Center last year. No court has said we should stop existing. No, only the INEC chairman. And he went above and outside his remit by saying you have listed some names. It doesn't make any sense. There's no court.
Yes. When the court says maintain status, he said do not do anything until such a time that I determine this matter.
What are they?
That's the definition of that.
The status quo is that
do not do anything.
The status quo is that the party existed. We existed. The David Mark NWC existed. That is the status quo. That's our own interpretation. The court did not say stop going to office. Stop admitting people. We are doing our registration. People are registering in droves.
So you don't see today's event as a contempt of court?
No. If the court...
Today, you know what happened today? You know the question that the judge asked today?
Yes.
Are you doing any convention? The lawyer that represented the remand said, no, we did not do anything. And the court, in that order, the order 2, which was on that order today, in that courtroom, says that do not do anything in relation to this until a definite...
The court said they shouldn't do a convention. Is there any court in Nigeria that said so?
No, he said do nothing.
No, you are a lawyer.
Do
do nothing includes stop breathing, Seun. Legally. You are breathing now. When they say do nothing, then you are contemptuous by being alive. If you eat tonight when they told you to do nothing, so let's banalize everything. There is no court.
That breathing and eating may not be part of the rest.
No,
the substantive matter is the activity related to the leadership congress
of the
party.
No, we're talking about the oxygen of a party.
Which is convention.
A party has its own oxygen. So if the court wanted the party to fold up and go home, it would simply tell them, go and lock up your offices and do nothing. No court has said that to us.
Let me ask you, there are those who say that what will kill this idea of the coalition and the ADC will be ambition and inordinate selfish desire for power. And if you look at the array of superstars in the ADC right now, the biggest fear is that agreement into a consensus will be the problem. You see that as going to be the undoing of the ADC?
I expected that question from you, Seun. But I want to tell you, that's wishful thinking on the part of the ruling party and the ruling government. They've been hoping for it. Why are they suddenly jittery? They said, oh, Kwankwaso will never join them. He joined them. Oh, Obi will never join. He joined them. Oh, Atiku and Amaechi, they will never agree on one thing because everybody is super ambitious. Look, tell me where any of them can run to at this time. Is it Labour? Is it PDP? And who has the money to start afresh and fund a political party? You'll be an independent candidate and you will lose.
So everybody is now forced by the amendment of the electoral law now.
It's Tinubu that has forced all of them into one party. The enemy of your enemy is your friend.
But then, Chief Dele Momodu, critics will say that the ADC is becoming a refugee camp for displaced politicians. How do you respond to concerns that this is more about political survivor and chasing Bola Tinubu, whom you don't like his face any longer,
no,
than the interest of the Nigerian national transformation?
He knows, President Tinubu knows me well. I'm not one of those political jobbers who will hate you because I disagree with you politically. I disagree with tyranny. It's nothing personal. So don't go there saying I detest or I hate Tinubu.
I'm saying when I say you, I'm saying it's a compound term.
Okay.
Those of you who now politically do not like Bola Tinubu's face and really want him out of town.
I lack the capacity to hate anybody. I am a Christian. And I believe peace is sacrosanct. Now, back to what we were saying. Tinubu is the one causing the problems everywhere for himself.
But no evidence to show.
Oh, it's obvious. You see, if he allowed every political party to thrive, just leave them alone, then our judiciary, someone was asking me, just like the question you asked Jonah, oh, are you sure the judiciary will cooperate with you? I said, I don't know. But what I know for a fact is that the judiciary people, they are not masquerades from heaven. They are human beings. They have children. They have families. And they can see, they can feel what is going on in Nigeria, the mood of the people, how everywhere is in total disarray. I'm sure they will do justice. What justice they will do, I have no idea.
As an adult and as an elder statesman that you have become, I'm very sure, and it will be a tragedy if any human being, an adult, has not come to the realization that we make errors, and we err as humans. I'm very sure that you must have made some mistakes. Other than blame others for those mistakes, you must have looked at yourself and reflect and say, Dele, this is my fault, and I blame myself for it. And that those who are asking, has your party been able to reflect to say, some of the troubles that he's facing right now, is there any way you could have looked at yourself and talked to yourself and say, we made this mistake also? Yes, we may have thought that Bola Tinubu and the APC is responsible for our trouble, but are you able to realize and reflect to the extent and be truthful to Nigerians that you also made some mistakes?
Let me tell you something. On a personal note, I've made loads of mistakes in my life. There is no soul who has not made mistakes. And that is why some of us could tolerate Tinubu till now. That's why we're able to tolerate him, that we don't expect him to be a saint. But what we are saying is that the minimum standard we expect of him is to maintain the rights of man. If I will use the title of a book by Thomas Paine, the rights of man is all we are asking him to respect. Now, if you ask me if ADC made a mistake, ADC did 99.9% of what any right-thinking person would have done. ADC did not just come into a coalition overnight. They had meetings upon meetings, sleepless nights, globally, not just in Nigeria. And they were planning because they knew the people they were dealing with. And it actually caught the ruling party by surprise. That's why they are now running helter-skelter and trying to see how they can frustrate us like they have frustrated all the other parties. So there was not a mistake. One man stood up. He started with my brother, Kachuku Dumebi. And I went to see him. I said, Dumebi, please don't let them use your head like it happened to Aton Zeribe during the June 12th. We need to all stand up for democracy. Whether you like Tinubu or you don't like Tinubu, the grounds we have against him is that he's leading Nigeria in the wrong direction. And we cannot keep quiet.
Chief John Oyukun says the ADC is en route to Aso Rock. And there are those who will say, wishful thinking.
That is his opinion. That's my opinion. People told me, I know of people, very powerful Nigerians, who said ADC will not fly. And today, they call me and say, it seems your prediction is becoming true.
So you think ADC has, and there's a pathway to victory for ADC?
My brother, the person who came second in the last election, Atiku Abubakar, is in the coalition. The person who came third, Peter Obi, is in the coalition. The person who came fourth, Rabi Musa Kwakwaso, is in the coalition. The person who came second in the APC primary, presidential primary, Rotimi Amaechi, is in the plethora of superstars, to borrow your word. Why won't APC be G3? All it takes is for ADC to have a beautiful combination of those. You don't need to reinvent the wheel.
Well, if you add your way and you are the Baba now in the Baba Sokwe scenario for ADC and you are to determine those who should be on the ballot, and I know that you have done the mathematics to say Atiku looks like a best bet for the ADC. Who would you pair him with?
Oh, I'll pair him with Peter Obi because they worked together in 2019. So they already share similar temperament. Number two, Peter Obi came third in the last election, so you don't have to work too hard to maintain and attract the same group of people who loved him to bits. And who are the most aggrieved people in Nigeria today? They are from the north, where people are dying.
Nigerians had to choose between the ruling party's continuity and the ADC's promise of change, which we have heard before. What is the single strongest reason they should take the risk on your party in 2027?
Experience and exposure. Democracy is the foundation of everything. Where you have a one-man rule, everything will collapse. That's my prediction. I remember I predicted on this program in October 2022. I told you if Tinubu becomes president, he's going to be a dictator. I stand by the same.
Now, let me break this down simply. The ADC convention happened despite court orders trying to stop it. Thousands showed up on the streets of Abuja. Obi, Atiku, Amaechi, they are together and they said this directly. Tinubu, you are scared. That is why you are using every institution available to destroy the opposition. In fact, Tinubu responded with what many people are calling a threat. And Dele Momodu sat on national television and laid out the plan to defeat APC in 2027. Here is what I want you to think. If the government truly had nothing to fear from ADC, none of this would be happening. The INEC interference, the court orders, the security pressure. You do not use a sledgehammer to crush something that does not threaten you. Now, 2 questions for the comments. 1. What do you think Tinubu meant by the Akpabio statement? 2. After watching this, do you believe ADC can actually shock Tinubu in 2027? Drop your honest answers below. And that is the update. ADC convention happened. The opposition spoke, Tinubu responded, and Dele Momodu exposed the plan. The honest truth, 2027 is going to be unlike any election Nigeria has ever seen. Like this video if you enjoy this breakdown, and like I said, I post fresh and trendy topics every day, every morning. So always be part of it so you don't miss what is happening. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn on notification. And don't forget, help us to share this video. Let's keep everyone informed. I will see you in my next video.